Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, just surprised a lot of people. He sold $2.25 million worth of Bitcoin. If you know him, you'd expect him to hold on. He's been one of Bitcoin's loudest supporters. So what made him change his mind, at least for this chunk of his holdings? Let's break it down in a way that's easy to follow and understand, even if you're new to crypto. Kiyosaki said he originally bought that Bitcoin years ago, when it was around $6,000 per coin. That means he bought in at a very early stage, and now he's selling at around $90,000 per coin. That's a massive gain. But he didn't just cash out and walk away. He is reinvesting those proceeds into real-world businesses. Specifically, he's putting money into 2 surgery centers and a billboard business. He believes these businesses will give him steady cash flow and not just a one-time gain. In his announcement, Kiyosaki explained that using the Bitcoin profits this way is exactly what he's always taught. Don't just sit on assets that might go up in value. Take your profits and turn them into things that bring in recurring income. He said he expects these new businesses to generate about $27,500 per month, and according to him, that income will be tax-free by February 2026. That kind of cash flow matters to him more than letting all of his gains stay locked in Bitcoin forever. What's really interesting is that even though he sold this large Bitcoin position, Kiyosaki says he's still very bullish on Bitcoin's long-term potential. He's not giving up on it at all. In fact, he's planning to buy more Bitcoin again in the future, using the money he'll make from his new businesses. His strategy isn't exit crypto forever. It's rotate profits into stable, cash-producing assets, then use that stable income to re-enter. That's a very rich dad way of thinking, because it's not just about betting on price gains. It's about building long-term, predictable income sources. This move to convert crypto gains into businesses might feel surprising to some, but it actually lines up with Kiyosaki's core financial philosophy. Over the years, he has always talked about cash-flowing assets. For him, wealth isn't just about how much money you make when something goes up. It's about how much cash you can generate consistently, month after month. Real estate, businesses, things that pay you. That's how he thinks real financial freedom is built. Another reason this move makes sense is risk management. Bitcoin is powerful, but it's volatile. By taking a portion off the table, locking in a huge profit, and then putting that money into more reliable cash-producing investments, Kiyosaki is reducing his exposure to risk. He's not abandoning his belief in Bitcoin, but he's balancing it with something more predictable. That's not weak, it's smart, especially for someone thinking about long-term wealth. Also, by investing in physical businesses like surgery centers, he taps into entirely different risk and reward models. Those businesses are not going to move like Bitcoin. They don't surge or crash wildly based on market sentiment. They're more stable, and they provide a regular income stream. The billboard business is a classic cash flow play too. It's been a consistent model for decades in the offline world. For Kiyosaki, these kinds of assets are part of building a durable financial foundation. Some people might read this as a sign that Kiyosaki thinks Bitcoin is peaking or that something big is coming. But he's been very clear. This is not a sell everything because crypto is over moment. It's more nuanced than that. He's saying, yes, Bitcoin is great, and I believe in it for the long haul. But I also want to build cash flow now and use that to continue investing. He also mentioned that with the cash flow from the new businesses, he will go back into Bitcoin. That's a key part of his plan. He wants to generate predictable income so that he can steadily buy Bitcoin later, without putting all his eggs in one basket at once. That's the kind of long-term strategic thinking that separates short-term speculation from real investing. And here's another layer. By converting his crypto gains into businesses, he's also creating a cash flow cushion. He said this income from the surgery centers and billboard business will add to his existing income from real estate. That means he's building a strong base of passive income, not just relying on appreciation of assets, but on actual cash that flows in every month. That is something many financial educators teach, and Kiyosaki has been preaching this for decades. For his followers and for the crypto community, his move sends a big message. It's not a signal that Bitcoin is dead or going away. Instead, it's a reminder that taking profits smartly can be part of a disciplined, long-term strategy. Even the people who are most bullish on Bitcoin sometimes take chunks off the table. It's part of a broader playbook, not just a knee-jerk reaction. This also brings up a lesson about strategy and investing. You don't always need to go all in forever. Sometimes you can play a rotating game. Buy when it makes sense, take profit when it's high, invest that profit in something that gives cash flow, then feed that cash flow back into the asset you love. That way, you're constantly building, reinvesting, and diversifying your risk. Kiyosaki's public explanation has struck a chord because many people respect him for putting his money where his mouth is. He's not just talking about building cash flow, he's doing it, and he's using crypto to help fund that mission. It's a real-world application of his financial philosophy, not just a theory. This move also challenges a common misconception that making money in crypto always means holding forever. For some people, yes, that's a strategy. But for others, especially those who build businesses or already have other income streams, it makes sense to rotate. Kiyosaki is showing that it's okay to take some profits and not just sit on everything, especially when you can reinvest that money into something productive. Another thing to highlight, the fact that he plans to use tax-free income from his new businesses is very important. Not all investments generate passive income without tax burdens, but if he can do that, it changes the calculus. Cash flow that doesn't get eaten up by taxes is incredibly powerful when building long-term wealth. Also, reinvesting into real-world businesses means real jobs, real growth, and something tangible. It's not just about digital wealth, it's about building something that lasts, that doesn't vanish when the market wobbles. That's part of Kiyosaki's broader philosophy. Wealth should be built on things that produce, not just on paper value. Now, of course, some critics will say selling Bitcoin when it's still high might backfire if the price continues to rise. And they have a point. Timing is always tricky. But Kiyosaki seems to be playing a strategic, multi-layered game. He's not just betting bearish or bullish, he's balancing both. There's also a psychological factor. By converting a large chunk of his Bitcoin gains into businesses that generate income, he's reducing emotional risk. He's not as exposed to the roller coaster anymore. That gives him freedom. If Bitcoin dips, he still has his new income. If Bitcoin goes up, he can re-enter. That flexibility is very powerful. For his followers and investors watching closely, this move could be a wake-up call. It's a reminder that investing isn't just about price appreciation and cash flow matters, and that profits are not just for celebrating. They can be the building blocks of something new, stable, and long-lasting. It's also a reminder of a core principle. Wealth isn't just made by holding. Sometimes wealth is made by using what you made to build more. Kiyosaki is doing exactly that. He made a big profit, and now he's using that profit as capital to build recurring income and a stronger foundation. At the same time, it's not without risk. Building businesses has its own challenges. Surgery centers and billboards are not risk-free. Kiyosaki is putting his Bitcoin profits into ventures that will take time to become fully cash flow positive. And there are operational risks, regulatory risks, and other real-world issues. But he seems confident in his ability to run these businesses or to partner with people who can. For him, this is worth the risk because the reward is recurring income. One thing is clear, Kiyosaki's move isn't fear-based. It seems reasoned, and it aligns deeply with what he's always taught about money, assets, and wealth. For him, Bitcoin is not just a speculative bet, it's part of a bigger plan. If you found this breakdown useful, please hit like. Leave a comment telling me what you think. Is this a smart rotation, or is he risking too much on business ventures? Also, subscribe to the channel for more analysis like this, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. In the next one, I'll dive into whether other crypto whales might be doing similar rotations and how that could affect market structure. Thanks for tuning in. Stay thoughtful, stay patient, and keep thinking long-term.